first things first, I'm gonna talk to my mans here.
Now it's turning into a kind of a snow limbo, man. What's on your mind?
You seem like a man who knows about drugs.
Ah, man. Me and narcotics go way back. Had some good times surfing the psychic waves of my own consciousness, you know?
Yeah, I know.
But those days are behind me. There are other addictions in my life now.
We have a credible lead, sir. Someone on this roundabout is waiting for a bulk shipment from the harbor to load it on their lorry and drive it to Jamrock.
Not me, man. No way. I don't need any trouble. Shit's bad enough anyway.
But why are you still hanging around?
Gotta guard the stuff. Bosses don't look kindly on missing cargo. And it gives me time to work on my rhymes.
Oh.
Working on these rhymes clearly leads to muscular atrophy. Make sure you don't get hooked on poetry.
Alright.
Look, man, I try to stay away from the criminal underbelly of Revachol. I'm a guest here. You really need to find another man to probe with those questions.
Alright. Oh, what's this?
To the left of some croissants and juice bottles, you see several packaged raincoats fill a low shelf. One is missing. The one you legally purchased.
Cool.
Welcome to Frit. Feel free to look around or something. Everything is out on the shelves.
What's that magazine she's reading?
Ah. What magazine are you reading?
You mean this? This is Pop Stars. It's got, like, famous people in it. It's not for sale.
Looks like it also has something called Police de la Mode, featured on page 34. This speaks to you.
What is this fashion police feature?
It's where they rate different outfits famous people wear. It's kind of funny. They're kind of mean. It's about who's the most stylish.
And who's the numero uno guy in there?
No, I don't think so.
We are not the fashion police. We're the real police.
Alright.
Okay. I'm not really supposed to be chatting to anyone, but...
Listen, I will want to exchange this novelty check.
Wow. I didn't know you worked for the union, sir. Anything else I can do for you?
That was easy. Worryingly so. Blow the whole thing on speed and gin. Right now. Speed and gin. Great combo. Ask some local dealers, maybe.
I mean, I don't know. I'm tempted to do speed, but I don't know. I also want to not do drugs. Does Fred have a warehouse?
A warehouse? I don't know. Maybe. I don't really care what Frit does.
Come on.
She looks up from under her brow.
Fine. Frit doesn't have a warehouse. Just a little back room here. Okay?
Alright.
I don't really know anything. I mean, I know it's there, but I haven't seen it, so...
Did you know
Not
the man?
really. No. I didn't know him at all.
Okay. How long has it been
I don't know, really long.
What do you think happened?
I don't know.
No need to worry. It's just standard procedure for us to ask around. If you hear anything, let us know, okay?
Okay.
I'm glad Kim's so nice.
Uh-huh.
Thanks for the help.
So, how'd you like our harbor?
Oh. Labor Utopia.
It's but a rest area on the path leading across open plains. Right. You talk to the boss, eye to eye, like men of the plain. If you have any more questions, I'm set to talk.
Any idea who killed the hangman?
The mercenary, eh? What a thought. Why would noble workers resort to such a thing? Unless they were pushed, of course.
Push how?
Your dead guy was an enemy combatant.
What does that mean?
He was an agent of the opposition, attempting to undermine our honorable efforts.
Did you kill him?
I ain't the murdering type, but that's just me. Large organizations like our union have all sorts of men, with all sorts of skills.
He means a more violent faction could easily take care of such a thing.
Understood. This has been of limited use. Still, thank you.
No problem. I wish the best to you in your search. Sure, I'm glad it's not my search.
I kind of want to go talk to Evart, but think I should investigate the drug thing first. So when I go talk to him, it'll be like, Harry, I told you not to investigate the drug thing. And I'll say, fuck you, you fat fuck. He's like, how could you betray me like this? I gave you $25. I'll say, I wiped my ass with your $25, bitch. And then fucking give him the money back. Can I just get past you for just
Your
a
race
second,
descent
Modak?
has only worsened since I last saw you. You have really let yourself go.
Why you know with the
I
Hardy
am
Boys?
not the first line of defense. I am the last. In addition, these so-called Hardy Boys are an effeminate clique of bodybuilders. Their company is spiritually degrading.
Yeah.
The Hardy manlets are on the pay of the
Manlets?
company. I answer to the union alone. And I do this out of race heroism. Finance is an alien concept to the Simonies. Now leave me be. I must luxuriate in the company of my woman.
I don't know if I want to subscribe to his advanced race theory.
Ask what kind of races there are first. Classification is core to this stuff.
I don't know if I want to. Yeah, I don't
Yes,
want to do that.
better not to expand your mind in this direction. You may find out too much about the mystery. Fly too close to the race sun.
I don't know about that. I think it might just turn me into a big old asshole. The drug's in there. Oh, maybe I can go talk to that old woman. Yeah, she seems like she might be the one to know.
The woman still has her eyes fixed on the photograph in her hands. In the background, the radio plays.
Hey, man.
If you want her attention, you may need to be more forceful.
Where am I? Who are you?
The smile on her face has disappeared, replaced by the wary aspect of a cornered beast.
Are you alright, ma'am?
Never mind. I remember now. I'm still stuck in that traffic jam in the 50s.
When else would you be?
Back in Mecca, during the time of the revolution. The sidewalks and cafes are filled with young people. I was on my way to see a new Boyadero picture starring Gabriel Buenguerro. Until you came along, that is. This is Gabriel Buenguerro.
A strikingly handsome man looks straight at you, his head crowned with a wide brim hat. His hair is dark as an oil slick, and his jaw the most perfectly chiseled thing you've ever seen. This man's got a hold over her, even 50 years later. You can feel it.
He was the biggest star of his day. Girls used to faint in the aisles of cinema whenever he came on the screen. And schoolboys used to memorize all of his lines. Someone was. They are someone's memories, boy. What difference does it make if it's me or not? They're beautiful. That is all that matters. Beautiful and true. And they will win. They're coming for this, you know? All of this.
All of what? The world. The present. She seems to derive some bitter pleasure from this strange thought, as if the past will one day wipe the present away, like a tidal wave approaching.
I wasn't dreaming. I was there, Lowman. It was early spring, and the man behind the black sun had just come out. The posters were 20 meters tall. Everything was golden. While you, people, were tearing each other apart over your petty little revolution, in Meth, it was a golden age. Why not, Harife? It's not like I have anything better to do in this hellhole.
There's something off about this woman. Tell her to show you the soles of her boots. Maybe she was at the hanging somehow.
What do you...
Diamonds.
Really?
Of course not. But wouldn't it be marvelous if I was? Whatever stupid things they put in the lorry, I imagine. I quit concerning myself with that a long time ago. Besides, I don't drive the lorry for the cargo, if you know what I mean.
She says that as if something narcotic is the real reason.
You get high
Oh.
on driving a lorry?
It's so much more than a high where I go, Herife. It's low. I go to the bottom.
Yeah, it's definitely some kick. Some terrible kick in the dark. A sleep kick. Perhaps you can find out later.
Then it's contraband, Loman. What? Do you want to take an old woman in? Be my guest. Lock me away like Bad Hand Hermenegildo.
Oh, I'm not gonna do that.
Looking for something odd? Come to tell me to fuck off again?
Now, where's the lady
I
driver?
don't know what you're talking about.
Just tell me which one's her lorry.
Listen up, fuckwits. You don't scare me. You cops don't run Revachol West. You don't run Martinez. You don't run anything.
So who does? The lady driver?
No. He means La Puta Madre.
The name resounds like a bell in the air. A dark gong. You get a bad feeling about it. Looks like the lieutenant has a plan. Let him do this.
Alright.
Yeah, him.
Then I presume you are familiar with his peonies.
Yeah, they're his little bitches. He's got them all over the unions.
Not just the unions. He has peonies everywhere. Some say he even has them in the RCM. Dirty fucking peonies who do anything for him. Multi-ethnic drug addicts.
You're not peonies. You wouldn't be investigating a drug thing if you were.
No, of course not. We are not peonies. But if we were, and one of Madre's drivers were to be stealing from him, then it's a good peony's job to find out who that is. It's not a hard job. It won't take a long time. It won't make Padre Madre angry. But a stupid fucking racist is standing in the way, protecting this fucking thief.
I'm not scared of you or the mob. I'm under the protection of the Lorrymen and Carters Guild.
You've seen that corpse in the ceramic armor there. Did his shitty little guild protect him?
Nah, you wouldn't just leave him out there if you...
The lieutenant turns and gives you a barely perceptible nod. I softened him up as best I could. Now it's on you to finish the job.
Ooh, hold on. I gotta make sure I get everything for my half-life. I'm gonna threaten you, you fuck.
Looking for something odd? Come
Yeah,
to
go
tell
fuck
me to
yourself.
The main thing is to not overdo it, even when you're trying to scare someone. The most important thing is, how does it look on your resume?
Oh, fuck.
What? What do you think we're doing right now, runt? We're outside. There's some kind of homo thing?
Yeah, maybe it is.
Okay, that's enough, detective. That's enough. Let's just go and ask Tommy, alright? We are wasting our time here.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Looking for something odd?
Fuck you!
Failing the
God
last
damn
time
it!
was so demoralizing and puzzling that you just can't work up the rage anymore.
Fuck. Piece of shit.
Fuck does Kuno care?
What's going on with you,
It's
kid?
not Kuno.
Yeah!
It's Kuno S.
Interesting.
Kuno S is
How?
by far the worst of the two. Kuno has no problem being near you, but the other hides behind the fence, afraid for her life, like she's done something very bad. She came up with that psychopathic scheme of screaming for help before. Kuno just wanted to talk to you about his name. Kuno S was the one who wound him up and directed him. Also, Kuno hasn't stopped talking to you, even enjoys it from time to time. When you talk to the other one, it's like talking to a cornered animal. She only hisses. All in all, Kuno respects madness. You cannot hope to outdo her on that front. You must win yourself a few minutes with him alone.
Fuck you whispering about?
Hey.
He's whispering too. He's going with it. But watch what happens.
Fuck you whispering about!
If Kuno wants to whisper, he's gonna fucking whisper, okay? Let's whisper, pig.
This is it. You've got him. But be careful. You can still fuck this up. Don't make Kuno look bad in this.
Phew, am I glad she's out of our hair. She's fucked up.
She's not fucked up. Everyone's fucked up. Stop judging shit.
Wrong move. But he's whispering still. You haven't lost him. Just don't mess up again. Or you will. There are no guarantees here.
Damn. Okay. Okay, no, yeah.
Crazy? You don't know the half of it. She's not
Okay.
crazy. She's insane. Dangerous. She's smoked a man. She's done people in. Probably even pigs.
Stop talking to him! Kuno, I'm fucking warning you! You're gonna get us into shit!
She understands what you're trying to do.
Yo, see? Did Kuno not tell ya? Kuno told ya. Kuno talks to whoever he wants.
Yeah.
Talk big. Kuno's got it under control.
You did it. They're separated. He's even turned his back to her, so she can't read his lips.
Alright, what do you mean she smoked
Kuno
somebody?
means she killed someone. That's right. She's a killer. Like, actually a killer.
His little green eyes are fixed on yours.
Oh. Yeah. Really? Is she too small to overpower someone?
Are you getting this? You think I'm fucking telling you a joke here? How hard do you think it is to kill a fat ass? Sweet talk him, then knife him. She's probably killed a pig too. I mean, I'm pretty sure she has.
Come on, she had to
I
kill
knew
police
you pigs were
officers.
too naive for this shit. Good thing Kuno's got her under control. Kuno keeps her calm.
There's something cold in the air, like water lapping against cold stones, or dripping in a hallway nearby. 3 years ago, there were shoes in the corner. The creature peers at you both from over the fence. There is something searching in her eyes. Fear.
Think she has anything to do with the dead man?
Yeah, she would have liked to fuck him up, but she didn't. Kuno wasn't around, and C was with Kuno.
Where were you?
Look, Kuno's gonna put you at ease. We didn't do it.
Okay.
He speaks the truth, my liege.
Thank you, drama. You said she's insane?
Yeah, she's psycho. None of that kiddie psycho, cat burning shit. She does the real deal.
Whoa.
Yeah,
What's the real deal, Kuno?
snuff radio shit. Believe me, pig, you don't want to know.
Oh shit. What's the language she uses?
Fuck knows. She says it's the song of her people or some shit. Crazy people. The fucking Nakis. I don't know.
Some things are too awful to dwell on. The Nakis and Runkaris might be some kind of defense mechanism.
She your sister?
Fuck no, she's not my sister. She's just a stray who got in. Like a mad dog or some shit.
Shrek.
Yeah, she was just there.
What was that, Kuno?
She was in the hallway, dripping wet, by the fucking shoe rack, in the dark. Yeah, that's the place. She was just balled up near the closet, psycho style. Kuno's got no fucking idea. Her hair was all wet. I think she pissed on the floor too. She was there for 3 days, in the corner, every time Kuno went out. I dunno, someone left the door open. Kuno comes home and she's sleeping under the desk, under a pile of clothes, like a dog. Kuno's dad doesn't give a shit, doesn't even see her there, or thinks it's fucking Kuno. Shit's all on Kuno.
Kuno S, two of a kind.
Oh, she's called Kuno S.
Cause she fucking looks like Kuno.
You don't
No
know her
one
name?
knows her name. Kuno told you, this shit was psycho killer.
Alright. How you dealing with all this?
How's Kuno dealing? Kuno's dealing just fine. He doesn't need you fucking with any of it. C doesn't either. Kuno's got this shit under control.
Need backup. I'm here for you.
Listen. C is Kuno's go-to. Kuno's protecting her. You fuck with C, you fuck with Kuno. You threaten her, you threaten to take her away.
This is what it all comes down to. He needs you to take him seriously now.
I'm going to kill you. I'll run when you put the cuffs on her, sneak up on you later, and fuck you up. You understand?
He may not be able to do it, but he will try. Right now, he believes he will.
I can respect that.
All right. Now we can do business.
He's breathing heavily. That took something out of him.
Business?
Yeah? What do you want? Kuno can hook you up with...
Oh, don't hook him up with shit, Kuno.
See? Relax. He respects the Kuno. Kuno made him respect the Kuno. You respect the Kuno, you get all kinds of shit.
Hell yeah.
Kuno's gonna get you hooked on illegal narcotics, make you run a little errand for the Kuno, get you hooked, pig, get his hook in you, then Kuno gonna get you hooking for more, cash in big style, pig hooker. That's right, Kuno's a candy store for pigs now. Get ready to be rewarded.
Alright. Ooh, that's pretty fucking good in all honesty. I'll be honest with you, those are some good fucking pants. Yeah,
Kuno doesn't fucking care.
Hey, I'm off for now.
Lowman, you caught me at an opportune moment. This awful weather keeps me awake. You can entertain me with your questions.
Oh, cool. Are you the
Can
lady
you
driver?
just call me a lady, Herife?
She clearly doesn't think she's a lady. Don't repeat it.
Oh, I was told of a woman driver.
I'm not that either, Herife. I've gone too far from it all to remember what was between my legs. It doesn't work like that on the long haul.
So you're not
I'm
the
only
driver I
terrifying
want?
to small children and to those who used to know me,
Why are you scared of the people who used to know you?
because they can no longer recognize the person I once was.
Said, long
The big
haul.
ones, the trucks. There's no women and men there, it's all just... In the middle of this town, there's a ghostly motorway. It takes all the people where they want to stay.
You feel very cold suddenly, as if standing face to face with a terrifying adversary. Then the feeling dissipates, and all you see is an aging woman.
How should I know? Do I look like I spend a lot of time with the other communers sniffing around when I have my movies to go to? Oh, Sim.
Yeah? That's all for now. I wonder if there's anything new with this.
Something with great kinetic energy seems to have impacted the cuirass,
Ah.
around where the heart is. A bullet?
Okay, I can't see it, but I take your word for it. Well, Martinez is riddled with bullet holes. This place saw a lot of action during the revolution. But the statue is recently renovated, so maybe a joke? Target practice or a political statement?
Could be.
Why not? What this shows us is guns aren't too uncommon here, and people still shoot them, sometimes at kings.
The king stands high above you, surveying the bay, mute and indifferent to your...
Alright, cool. So there was something new there. Alright. I think the thing that's probably going to get me closest to leveling up is you're going to talk to Renee. That is the nice thing about this game, is that fucking off and doing random bullshit does help you out with your actual detective work. Hey, fellas.
I have really outdone myself. This is divine.
Yes, that's what you need, Gaston. More padding on that fat arse of yours. I hope your heart gives out.
René, it's a little pleasures. Life doesn't need to be a struggle.
Okay, also, I am so fucking glad that I'm not the only person in the world that reads tisk tisk is tisk tisk, as you know, you kind of tutting. I think that's a word for it, a term for it. But no, but I think it's all. I think tisk tisk is actually supposed to be like that noise where you click the top, where you click your tongue to the top of your mouth or the roof of your mouth. You go. There you go. It's at least for me, it's the noise I make when I'm trying to get a cat to come over to me. I go, and it usually doesn't work, but sometimes it gets their attention. But yeah, I'm glad that this game reads tisk tisk as tisk tisk and not.
Hello, officer. How might I be of assistance on this fine day?
What do you know about the dead man?
Let me think. I heard someone was hanged and left on a tree for a week. But that's all I know, really.
No, sir, it's
No,
something.
officers, I'm sorry. And I really would like to assist. You are both good guys. I can see that.
Oh.
Then help them, you wimp. You have plenty of shoulder with the ghost caviar in the Union. Someone must know something.
I wish I could, but I just don't know anything. I always keep my nose clean and don't gossip. Everyone knows and respects that.
Respects?
I'm not even anyone.
Of course he's holding back. His mouth is so full of Union prick he can't even speak properly.
Can I at least finish my fucking sentence before you piss on it? Is that okay, René? I'm not anyone important in the Union. I just know Evrard.
How do you know?
Everyone in Martinez knows the Clare brothers. I taught these boys human studies and history in the gymnasium.
Oh, wow.
What do you know about history? You never witnessed history. Only heard about it years later, when it had already moved on. You don't know history.
The old soldier mumbles something under his breath and turns to face the sea. The blind leading the blind doesn't even begin to describe it, is what he said.
Let's try not to get caught in a crossfire.
Lest we leave riddled with bullet holes. This animosity is ancient.
Are you a union member?
In many ways, yes. Like an honorary member. I attend meetings and parties, help with little things. Evrard, Edgar, and the older debarders all know me.
In many ways.
Yes. Not in the technical sense. I don't have a vote or a membership card, but Evrard keeps me on the payroll, just for the little things.
Of course he's not a member. He's not a member of anything. I knew that. He's a Weservein. Turns to where the wind blows and tries to look important. I hate the socialist rabble, but even siding with them is better than living your entire life on the fence. Never committing to anything. Pick a damn side already.
Writing work mostly. Occasionally, he needs something written, and I happen to have a way with words, people say. Oh, nothing official, I assure you. Just essays for the newspapers. About Martinez and how things are and how they could be. Evrard and I have these long talks where...
Well, he tells his little pen man exactly what to say. It's commie propaganda, plain and simple. You should be ashamed of yourself.
Thanks.
No, thank you. For being consummate professionals. You'll have this case wrapped up in no time.
What are the rules of this game?
The goal is to throw you bull. As close to the cochonnet as you can. That's the cochonnet. Well, first, you draw a circle about a half a meter in diameter. We made ours out of rope. Then, the order of play is determined by a coin toss. You win it. You get to throw the cochonnet. Then, the players aim to throw their bulls as close to the cochonnet as possible. They must stay in the circle and keep both feet planted. I could, but I'd rather not. I don't want to take up your time with trivial details, officer.
Is he denying you information when you clearly requested it? That's it. We're blowing the lid off this man, Jar. You need to know things.
But
Yes, you do. Knowledge is power. Bathe in it. Empower yourself. Trust me. All that blunt data must have triggered an information hoarding reflex of sorts. Think of it like a small seizure. It will pass.
alright.
Yes. I'm sorry, officer.
Good. Gaston finally understands the rules now. Let's see if it makes him a better petonquista.
I don't like where this is going, officer. Don't you think we should do something else now?
No, I won't tell you. Promise won't be about.
Hurry up then.
I want to ask.
I'm sorry, officer, but I really don't share food. Nothing personal, it's just a principle.
The only one you have.
Suddenly you realize how hungry you are. The last time you ate must have been God knows when. The sandwich looks like a culinary wonder. Well made and abundant in components. The author sure knew their craft. In addition to the obvious slice of ham, a fat one, you notice a brim of a tomato peeking from below. And is that mayonnaise?
Okay,
Oh,
fine.
that's good. That's very good. You must have other business then?
Yeah, bye for now. Want to talk to you?
The purity of snow always reminds me of the purity of a man's soul. If he's got principles.
Oh, could you tell me
It's
about
a
this?
Bell
antique
McGrave.
fire?
4.46 caliber. Breech loading. Revachol made. Good weapon. Accurate and reliable. This one's inoperable. The bolt spring is missing and the mechanism is jammed shut. Still a beauty. Where did you find her?
In the basement there.
I'm not surprised. There are probably lots of forgotten wartime weapons lying around here. Back in the day, everyone had something stashed away. As for the rifle, I don't know what else to tell you. These BM-446s are an antique. No one uses them anymore. The ammunition is impossible to find.
I found
Yes,
Scarproof.
the Debardeurs Union pays me to stand vigil during the nights. Not out of any political allegiance, mind you. I'm an old man. Don't sleep more than a few hours every night anyway, and money is tight.
He feels like he has to justify himself for some reason.
You must have seen something on the murder.
Yes, it does. Unfortunately, I wasn't working that night. Been on a 2-week leave since last Monday. It's a private matter. Nothing to do with your investigation.
You see,
okay.
officer, René is the kind of man would rather die than admit he needs medical assistance or, God forbid, sick it. A real man's man is just gonna ride it out.
I'm fine, goddammit. Mind your own business. It's nothing. Just got to cut back on coffee.
It's his heart.
No one. The boss has been unmanned since last Monday. There's no other guard. It's just me.
No one has been guarding the container yard since last Monday.
Yes. It's not actually an issue. I mean...
Look, officer, the container yard doesn't actually need a guardsman. Never had one before René. Monsieur Claire had that booth built specially for him. It's mostly decorative.
The possibility of someone being in there is enough to discourage any ill-minded individuals.
Evrard created this job for René because he knows the Royal Carabiniers' pension of honor and PTSD isn't something a man can live off. A decorated Kingsman collecting tear reflects bad on the whole neighborhood. His words.
It's my side thing too.
Can we conclude the topic of my guard boost now?
Yeah.
She is nobody. This is none of your concern, and I refuse to discuss my private affairs with the RCM.
The lady is Jeanne-Marie Beaulieu, and she sure as hell wasn't a nobody.
Yes, like I said, it would be up anyway, so might as well keep an eye out.
Officer, the mere sight of police in Martinez makes me feel safer already. How can I help you?
You mentioned
Oh,
John.
sweet Jenny. She was the finest
Jenny.
woman in all of Revachol. Maybe the entire world.
Do not defile her memory, Gaston. Let her rest in peace.
So you both knew her?
We knew her, all right. Lived on the same street our entire lives, just 2 houses apart. The 3 of us have been best friends since we were 4. She was René's first girl, back when the prick was 16. They were courting till he decided he'd rather die for some great ideal than just be happy.
And then you stole her from me.
Oh. I'm not gonna interview.
Well, technically, you stole her from me, because we'd been pretty close ever since you two had that falling out over the ink you spilled over her pretty yellow dress.
We were just boys then. This was different. No point starting this all over again. For the 1000th and the first time. Especially when we have company. Officer.
So what
She
happened
died
to her?
of pneumonia 2 winters ago. It was a quiet passage, peaceful. René and I were both by her bedside when she...
Died. No use sugarcoating it. Won't bring her back. Will it now?
departed. Until the very end she couldn't decide between us. The most indecisive woman I've ever met.
A quick grimace of pain passes over René's features, but he immediately regains control. His face now a dispassionate mask again.
Why do you think she was indecisive?
She could never make up her mind about anything. What to have for breakfast, favorite color, or which one of us to marry. She was always leaving one of us for the other, but never long enough to actually get married.
Women, right? That's a bit odd. Women,
Heck,
right?
technically, we're both still engaged to her.
You always confused her. Couldn't let us be happy. Seduced her with your fancy words and pastries.
But thanks for sharing.
Of course, officer. Memories are all we have left.
The purity of snow always reminds me of the purity of a man's soul. If he's got principles.
Let's try
All
this.
you observe.
This is the uniform of the Royal Carabineers in service of Frissel I, Guillaume Le Lion, and the valiant King Philip V before him.
Don't you mean Frissel the Fan?
You do not speak his name, Craven, although he was a clown. But he was our clown, ours to ridicule and to mourn.
No.
There's something you missed. You will get to it. Don't worry.
Alright.
There's nothing for you to understand here. It is not her death you are investigating. Absolutely not. She died of pneumonia in her bed at the age of 79. This is highly usual. Revachol Fair of 91 in the Faubourg district. A parade was held to honor Guillaume Le Lion's name day, and the Carabineers marched in the place of honor. This was the happiest day of my life. I was 22 when I returned from King Guillaume's Akira operation in the south and found my sweetheart in the arms of this wretch. I won her back, but while I was dealing with some issues,
You were like a dark cloud sucking the joy out of every living thing around you. And you You hurt her.
Dark cloud. That sounds unpleasantly familiar.
I...
Those days and memories are gone.
The old soldier says nothing, but when his glance quickly runs over Gaston's face, there's an odd look in his eyes.
No. I'm gonna keep increasing my half-life because I don't give a fuck. I feel like it's gonna come in handy.
Looking for something, Hunt? Come to tell me to fuck off again?
Yes.
Men like this
Yes!
only respect two things: strength and fear. Time to turn up the volume.
Fuck you, I told you. I'm not gonna...
There. His voice grows smaller as yours.
I'm gonna fuck you for the rest of my life, you understand? I'm in your fucking lorry, I know where it is. What's your name, fuckhead?
Look, fuck you, man. It's some lorry down there. Green, banged up thing. I don't fucking know who she is.
When did she go away?
I don't know. I don't even know her name. She just rolls with the fleet and acts like a big shot. Some dyke, probably. I haven't even seen her for days.
Where?
Past the monument. Down there. The Green Temple. Now, leave me the fuck alone, okay?
A small temple by the monument. Green. Let's get into that lorry.
Looks like he got his adrenaline up, too. This green found, A to Z, contemporain, is parked in the shadow of the ruins looming overhead. It's seen better days.
This must be the one he told us about. Unless he was lying.
The glass on the side windows is tinted and covered with dust. You can barely make out the shape of a seat and two steering levers. The door is locked. The handle looks shiny, like it's recently replaced.
Use the pry bar to smash the window. Open it from the inside.
Really?
This has been hard enough. No need to make it any harder.
Alright, well, let's try it.
With a firm
Yeah.
grip, raise the pry bar. A glint of light catching on the tip. Call down the hammer of truth and justice. Release your secrets, lorry cabin.
I don't know if I want to say fuck the police. Welcome to Recheval, window.
The window shatters, and droplets of glass fly everywhere, shattering over the lorry floor and pavement.
Subtle.
The smell of cigarettes and perfume welcomes you. The cabin inside is plastered with old movie posters. Actresses smile from the walls. There's a radio transmitter in the front and a toolbox tucked under the driver's seat. Some tools lie scattered near the pedals. There's something odd about the passenger seat. The seating fabric has been pulled tight over the lower side of the seat where the toolbox should be. These are movie posters featuring starlets from long-forgotten films from the 20s, the teens, even the 90s of the last century.
Wow.
One of them particularly catches your eye, a centerfold of an ingenue attached right above the back seat. There's definitely perfume in the air. It's spicy, with a hint of amberette, wafting through the bitter air of the cabin. The remnants of a sweet juniper-scented perfume, probably Grenade No. 5.
Chanel No. 5.
The actress is draped in a sheath dress, one of her shoulders bared. The faded remains of an autograph run across the poster. She's looking past the camera. Wait, doesn't she resemble someone you know? But you can't put your finger on whom exactly. The actresses and the rear actor all smile you a warm goodbye. A radio transmitter is attached to the dashboard and a toolbox sits under the driver's seat. Looks like
radio.
the frequency dial is absent. It requires a key to work, but the key has been removed, likely by the missing lady driver.
Strange. There are so many radio stations saved here. Must be over 100 at least.
Why would anyone need
For
so much?
contacting an entire fleet of lorrymen, for example. This is all shortwave, UW and UKV. Looks like we are dealing with an impressive organizational tool. The nerve center of a huge operation. With quite a range, too.
Cool.
Doesn't look like it. It's completely inoperable without the dial key.
The ghostly actresses, and the rusty toolbox under the driver's seat, and the oddly bulging seat cover. You wedge yourself under the steering wheel to get a better look. Seems like the few tools lying around here, a hammer, a pair of pliers, a rusty wrench, have been casually thrown there by the disorganized driver. But one odd detail does catch your eye. A piece of sandpaper has been glued to the throttle. Sandpaper adds extra grip.
Sandpaper? A novel technique? Yes?
Do the honors, he thinks. Connect it yourself.
Which means that the missing lady driver was present at the lynching.
She's the one running the drug trade.
Now
What
we know
handful.
for certain who is the missing eighth person at the lynching. Do you think that Hardy and his boys could also be involved in the drug operation?
Not necessarily. She could have kept it a secret.
You're right. But we should still go and see what Titus has got to say on the matter. Are we finished with the lorry?
The
Oh,
movie
no way.
stars are still smiling from the walls. The radio transmitter sits on the center console, and a faint smell of perfume is in the air.
What's
Voila!
here?
A stack of neatly folded papers has been stashed behind the seating fabric. You see 3 maps depicting a large metropolitan area. It's Revachol. Some of its routes and highways have been outlined with a pen.
Bonne prise.
This large map displays the elevated motorway called 881. The intake leading to Martinez is marked with a blue X. There's another X on the off-ramp at a place called the Old South. Toll booths at the intakes are marked with a circle. It looks like there are scant few ways of getting onto the elevated motorway that runs over Jamrock, and this person knows them all. There, hundreds of thousands of motor carriages roar on the 881. High above the mass of brown and red roofs, that is Jamrock. The commuters don't even look down. The world ceases to exist outside the windshield. To Kuron, through the middle-income neighborhoods there, by the river, and then to Stella Maris and La Delta for work, while the men and women of Jamrock scuttle to their fates below the road. This municipal map from the 30s displays a complex system of storm sewers underneath a sub-district called the Pox, old military hospital, right adjacent to the 41st precinct. No storm will ever drown Revachol, the great solution to the riddle of history. Wind rips through the empty hallways of the once great military hospital, now just a ruin under an overgrown park. Beneath the hospital, great sewer tunnels hum and vibrate with life of their own. The rattle of motor carriages and lorries driving through long-forgotten tunnels, lit by gaslights. The final map displays a labyrinth of service tunnels left over from the construction of Motorway 881. A few routes have been marked with a pen, where the tunnels and sewers surface near the eminent domain and a traffic island in central Jamrock. Despite the cold, figures move about cloaked in shadow, their breath escaping in white clouds that fade into the darkness. Where they travel,
Oh,
from
God damn it, I
eminent
keep
domain
cutting this
to
thing off. I don't
perdition
mean to do
and
that. I
onto
did that
the
twice
main,
in a row.
over the River Esperance, on
Too
Route
high.
881 to the Old South. The exit ramp is supposed to be shut down, but there's much activity. The road spreads like the tentacles of a great octopus.
But what's this all
It means that the smugglers are secretly using the motorway to transport their goods and materials. They've infiltrated the East Motor Tract, most likely. The RCM patrols most of these auxiliary roads, though apparently not all of them. Hard to say. This distribution network looks certainly large, yet still vague enough. It doesn't reveal much about the Besmerti behind it. The Besmerti is a Revacholian crime syndicate. They see themselves as the inheritors of the 14 Revacholian Indo-tribes, but really they're just violent gangs vying for control on the west side of Revachol. With cool names like La Puta Madre and Aura Masta. It's a dark parody.
Who do you think is behind
It's
this?
definitely not the Union. They just do some logistics. This operation has spread everywhere in Jamrock. If it's that widespread, then Madre remains the most likely suspect. Here's bad news. There have been attempts at a serious investigation before, but they haven't ended well for those involved.
Especially bad news for cops who may have something in their past they don't even know is there.
Alright.
Best not to disturb the scene. I'll have forensics go over the lorry and pick this up later.
The stack of maps looks just like before, barely noticeable. The movie stars look silently by, and the pull-out toolbox has a rubber handle, worn from years of use. A metallic drawer slides out from the seat. It's empty, except for a folded newspaper. It's an issue of Périphérique from last Wednesday. A piece of paper falls out from its pages. It looks like an article ripped out from a radio enthusiast magazine. Complex mathematical equations explain the basics of something called the Ulan frequency system. These formulas look oddly painful. Maybe it's the hangover, but they give you a headache.
The Ulan frequency system? I've never heard of that before. I know of FM, AM, UKV, but...
The pull-out toolbox slides back into its nest. The rest is as it was. Posters, a radio, dust on the windows. Close the rusty old lorry door.
Great. I think we got everything. A word, detective? Before we return to Joyce?
Okay. Nice big chunky autosave. What's up, Ken?
Alright, we've finished here. Let's quickly debrief and go over what we found, so we don't do it in front of the company rep.
That seems like something the police would do.
Honestly, I'm quite worried by what we've seen so far. The evidence seems to point to a rather extensive and well-organized operation. I'm especially intrigued by that radio transmitter, particularly the sheer number of stations it can connect. Looks like this alleged drug trade casts a wide net. I'm not sure what the Ulan frequencies are all about, but they may hold some significance. Perhaps it's a better way to connect between fleets while avoiding frequency bleed, or maybe it's used to tap into RCM networks.
Listening in on your calls between you and your station, a worrying prospect.
Oh, and the maps we found. They reveal the geographical extent of the operation. Looks like they've used abandoned tunnels and access roads to stay hidden. This is useful info. And last but not least, it looks like the Hardy Boys knew this driver, as we know that she was present at the lynching. This may be the Union connection we've been searching for.
The probe and the case converged, he thinks. This was quite the find.
So it turns out this is connected to the Union.
Like Joyce told us, yes, logistically. But don't expect to bust this open during our stay here. At best, this is an angle we can use against them, to other ends, as extra ammunition.
What about the
As
movie posters?
elegant as they are, I don't think they are relevant to the drug trade.
Don't be fooled. Desire always plays a role.
A lot of women there, especially for a lady driver's cabin.
Yes, well...
Unimportant.
As elegant...
Don't be fooled. Desire always plays a role.
Yes, well...
Unimportant.
We should return to the murder case. See what Joyce tells us about the lynching. When we are done for the day, I call my station and suggest our narcotics department look into it. There are more than enough grounds to start an official investigation, sometime later when we are done here. We do not want to get caught in that. The fact that one hasn't started already gives me pause. An investigation, I mean. Especially if the Madre grouping is involved, and I can't imagine they aren't. It's certainly worrisome. All the same, I don't like the idea of internal affairs descending on the matter. That won't help anyone either.
Alright,
Debrief over. After you.
cool. And I just had 2 breakthroughs.
The suicide of Kraz Mazov.
Yeah, what we got?
It's clearly a lie. Kraz Mazov didn't shoot himself. Reaction was on the counteroffensive. The State Day Palace in Mirova was surrounded. He was either assassinated or died in the bombing. You might even have evidence to support this, somewhere in your brain. Mazov was never given a state funeral by the communists. Some people even say the body that was recovered from the ruins wasn't his. There, good. Hero restored to glory. Carry on, comrade.
Alright, what's the bonus? Huh? Now what's this?
Jamais vu, the opposite of déjà vu. Not already seen, but never seen. Everything that should be familiar appears strange and new, like some half-forgotten day in your childhood. Only now. That's the feeling you've been having. And for who knows how long. You should go and ask Joyce Messier about this. What world are we in? This is a fundamental question.
Hey, Ditus, my main man. And all about the
Looks
third
like
member.
the circus
or the
left
eighth.
town, but the clowns are still here.
Oh, shut up. You already said that. Guess what?
Like hell you have. There is no local drug trade. This place is as clean as a rifle. Go back to Jamrock and ask the local junkies how clean your streets are in Precinct 41 Kilos.
We'll do that. In the meantime, did you know that there's an abandoned lorry at the intersection that was used to move raw ingredients for drugs from Terminal B to Jamrock? The person driving it was present at the hanging. It was one of you. We've connected the footprint. Detective, do you want to deliver the coup de grâce?
No, the thunder is his. Leave it to the lieutenant.
Oh, you do the honor.
Thank you. You're right, Titus. There is no local drug trade because it's all controlled by you. You're the drug trade.
That's a mighty interesting theory. I guess that's what you would need to do, theoretically. A big, strong, state-run monopoly would outcompete the runts on the street.
Yeah, man. Theoretically, that's what you would do. To get rid of the gangs, the dealers, even some of the junkies.
You would need good, trustworthy people to take their place, of course. Hardy men to run such a monopoly. For the good of the community, of course.
Yeah, good idea.
Thank you. Theoretically, of course. Thank you. Theoretically.
He seems genuinely surprised at your response. In a good way.
Titus, I'm amazed. Where is the same professionalism when it comes to other topics? You're doing great. I hardly have to interfere at all.
I don't know, Lizzie. I guess theoretical things don't make me emotional. Now, was there anything else? I was sort of gonna get my brewski on.
Not quite yet, Mr. Hardy. There were 8 sets of prints on the crime scene. There are only 7 Hardy boys here.
My answer is, fuck off. Mind your own business. There is no 8th Hardy. I run this goddamn scene.
Finally, you got something out of him. This could prove useful in the future.
And here we go. Back to the usual.
I know! Fatty walked on all 4s. He's so fucking fat he left 2 sets of footprints. Go fuck your mom, Dennis.
That's more like it, boys. You heard him. It was Angus on all 4s. Anything else you need to know?
Yeah, no, I guess I'm all good for now.